So there's definitely been a lot of talk lately about staying with standard time or remaining in daylight saving time. Whatever it is that we want to stick with, it's just sticking to one type of time all year long and not doing this back and forth. It's been gaining a lot of ground. So let's break down right now standard time. That's what we have during the cool time of the year. And then during the warm months of the year, we go into daylight saving time. But let's assume, if you will, that we don't ever change the clocks. We stay in standard time and we just do it all year long. So what would it look like outside at various times of the day? So here we are right now. This is January 1st. This is going to be sunrise. Now, remember, in January, we're in standard time. Sunrise is pretty late. It is the winter time after all. So at 7 o'clock in the morning, it's still pretty dark outside. The sun hasn't even come up yet. Here we are looking into the eastern sky. So this is what it currently looks at 7 a.m. and there would be no changes. It would not look any different during the winter months. Now, let's go into March 1st. Now, remember, March 1st, we are still in standard time. And so this is what 7 o'clock in the morning looks like. You can see the sun. It hasn't quite yet come above the horizon, but it's getting close. Where you would really see the impacts and the effects of remaining in standard time all year long would be during the warm months of the year. So this is June 1st. Now currently sunrise, it's like right around 6:30, 6:15 or so. So by 7 o'clock, we are seeing the sun above the horizon. Now remember, at 7 o'clock during the daylight saving time, the sun, it's been up for about an hour or so. But let's assume that on June 1st, we decide to stay in standard time during that time of the year. This is what it would look like if we don't change the clocks. In that case, well, the sun is already well above the horizon. At this point, get this, it's been up for almost 2 hours. So if we were to remain in standard time during the entire year, you would notice a very early sunset 1 hour earlier than what we're currently seeing coming up during the summer season. Now, let's go to September 1st. Sunrise, this is what it currently looks like at 7 a.m. Remember, at this point, we're still in daylight saving time. So the sun's just now coming up above the horizon on September 1st. But let's assume that we don't go into daylight saving time and we decide to keep it at standard time. So what would it look like at 7 a.m.? Well, in that case, the sun, it's already well above the horizon and it's already pretty bright outside. So that's what it would look like from the sunrise. Now let's look at sunsets. So in this case, January 1st, usually the sun, it's setting like around 5:15, 5:30. So you would not see any change. And again, at this point, the sky's already getting dark and you can see the planets out there. But on June 1st, this is what it currently looks like. Daylight saving time at 7 o'clock in the evening. It is still very bright outside. Kids are outside playing and the weather is quite warm. But let's assume that we decide to remain in standard time. We're not in daylight saving time. So what would it look like at 7 o'clock? Well, in that case, the sun's about to set. So it's starting to get a little bit darker and the sun's just barely above the horizon. So in the summer months, you would notice that it would be getting darker much earlier in the evening. And at September 1st, currently with daylight saving time still in place, the sun is still barely above the horizon. You're still outside, it's still rather bright. But on September 1st, if we decide to stay in standard time and not spring ahead 1 hour, well, in that case, the sun is already set and it's starting to get darker much earlier. So if you look at the summer months, basically the end of June going into most of July, how would this summer look if we remained in standard time? Sunrise would be incredibly early at 5:15. It would be great for a lot of us. I get up early. But look at sunset. It would also be about 1 hour earlier. It would be at 7:50 rather than 8:50. What do you think? Would you rather us stay in standard time or daylight saving time and flip back and forth throughout the year? Let us know.